Have you ever looked at your life and felt like you're not moving forward? Like no matter what you do, you're stuck in the same routine, the same habits, and the same struggles? Maybe you've told yourself, this is the year I'll get fit, or I'll finally start saving money, or even, I'm going to learn that skill I've always dreamed about. But weeks turn into months, and somehow, you're still where you started. Sound familiar? You're not alone. Most of us dream big, set huge goals, and imagine a better version of ourselves. But when it comes to actually making progress, we get overwhelmed. The gap between where we are and where we want to be feels so massive that we don't even know where to start. And when we do try, we often burn out after a few days or weeks because the changes feel too big, too fast. But here's the thing, what if the problem isn't your motivation? What if the real issue is your approach? What if the key to transforming your life isn't about working harder or dreaming bigger, but about starting smaller? Let me introduce you to a life-changing concept, Kaizen. Kaizen is a Japanese philosophy that focuses on continuous improvement through small, consistent steps. The word itself translates to change for the better, and it's rooted in the idea that every journey, no matter how big, starts with just one step. It's a philosophy that has revolutionized industries, helped people overcome challenges, and transformed lives. But the best part? You don't need to be a company executive or an expert to use Kaizen. You can apply it to any area of your life, your health, your career, your relationships, or even your personal growth. Let's break it down. Why does Kaizen work so well? Most of us approach change the wrong way. We set massive, ambitious goals, thinking that we need to make dramatic changes to see results. For example, we decide we're going to lose 20 kilos, so we jump into an intense diet and workout routine. Or we aim to save half of our income and drastically cut expenses overnight. Or we commit to studying a new language for 2 hours every day. And sure, we might stick to it for a week, maybe 2. But eventually, life gets in the way. The routine feels exhausting. Motivation fades. And before we know it, we've given up entirely, feeling worse than before. Kaizen flips this approach on its head. It's not about making big, dramatic changes. It's about starting with the smallest possible action and building on it. Why? Because small actions are sustainable. They're easy to start, and they don't trigger the resistance or fear that big changes often do. Let me give you an example. Imagine you want to start exercising but haven't worked out in years. Instead of signing up for a gym and committing to an hour-long workout every day, Kaizen encourages you to start with just 1 minute of exercise. Yes, 1 minute. Maybe it's a few stretches in the morning or a short walk around your house. At first, it might feel like this isn't enough to make a difference. But that's the beauty of Kaizen. By starting small, you build momentum. Over time, 1 minute turns into 5, then 10, then 30. Before you know it, working out becomes a habit, a part of your daily routine. And the same principle applies to any goal. Want to save money? Start by saving just $1 a day. Want to read more books? Commit to reading 1 page before bed. Want to improve your relationships? Start with one small gesture of kindness each day, like sending a thoughtful text or genuinely listening to someone. The power of Kaizen lies in compounding. Small improvements, done consistently, create massive results over time. It's like planting a seed. At first, it's tiny, barely noticeable. But with daily care, watering it, giving it sunlight, it grows into a towering tree. But Kaizen isn't just about taking small steps. It's also about cultivating a mindset of continuous improvement. It's about recognizing that there's always room to grow, no matter how small the progress may seem. And this mindset shifts the way you see challenges. Instead of fearing failure or feeling discouraged by setbacks, you start to see them as opportunities to learn and improve. Here's another thing, Kaizen teaches you to focus on the process, not just the outcome. Most of us are so obsessed with reaching the finish line that we forget to enjoy the journey. We set goals like, I want to lose weight, or I want to earn more money, but we don't think about the daily habits and systems that will get us there. Kaizen reminds us that the journey matters just as much as the destination. Let's talk about why this philosophy is so powerful on a psychological level. When you set a small, manageable goal, like walking for 5 minutes or saving $1, you're creating a win. And every time you achieve that small win, your brain releases dopamine, the chemical responsible for motivation and reward. This makes you feel good, encourages you to keep going, and builds momentum. Over time, these small wins add up. They create a sense of achievement and confidence. And that confidence becomes the foundation for bigger changes. But let's not forget the emotional side of Kaizen. At its core, Kaizen is about self-compassion. It's about giving yourself permission to start small and acknowledging that progress is more important than perfection. Too often, we beat ourselves up for not being good enough or not achieving our goals fast enough. Kaizen teaches us to let go of that pressure and focus on growth, one step at a time. So how can you start applying Kaizen to your life today? It's simple. Think of one area where you want to improve. Just one. Then ask yourself, what's the smallest step I can take right now? Maybe it's writing down your goal on a piece of paper. Maybe it's setting aside 5 minutes to plan your day. Whatever it is, make it so small that it feels almost effortless. And here's the key, celebrate every small win. Even if it's just drinking an extra glass of water, acknowledge it. Because those small wins are the building blocks of lasting change. Over time, something amazing will happen. You'll start to see progress, not just in the goals you're working toward, but in your overall mindset. You'll feel more confident, more resilient, and more capable of handling challenges. And that's because Kaizen doesn't just change your habits, it changes who you are. Imagine waking up one day and realizing that the life you've always dreamed of is no longer a distant goal, it's your reality. Imagine feeling proud of the progress you've made, knowing that every step, no matter how small, brought you closer to where you are today. That's the power of Kaizen. So don't wait for the perfect moment to start. Don't wait for motivation to strike or for circumstances to align. Start now. Start small. And trust the process. Because with Kaizen, even the smallest step has the potential to change your life.